Hey, it's Michelle Ferris at Counseling Recovery, and I want to share with you a conflict I had that was successful today with a girlfriend, and she gave me permission to share it. So I was upset because she didn't come to a holiday party. She actually wanted to buy her new car that day. And even though I know that may sound petty to some, we've always supported each other with our holiday parties. We always go to them and help each other out. So when she said she couldn't come because she planned on buying her new car that day, I was kind of confused and hurt because I didn't really understand why she picked that day to do it, because I knew she had some other days off coming up. So at the time, I just accepted it and I had the party and moved on because it wasn't really time to talk about it. But today we had lunch because we had already had that planned. And I asked her about it, and what worked was waiting, figuring out what I needed to say and why it bothered me, because on the surface, it really wasn't a big deal. But what I realized is I didn't feel supported by her, and that's what the issue was. So I said that. I said, I realized that I really don't understand why you didn't come to the party when you had other days, because you were off a couple days to do it. And when at first she said, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, and I totally got that. But it didn't really resonate with me, so we kept talking, and it was fine because of course I'm going to accept what she said because I knew her intention was good. But later, she came back to it and said, I realized why I did that. And she helped me understand and said, her mom had died that year. It was going to be a super difficult Christmas. And she really wanted to have one brand new thing this Christmas, one part of Christmas that was new and fun, because she really needed that. And I totally understood. Once she said that, it was like, oh my God, I hugged her. We both cried. It was great. So what I realized in that was that she needed some time to figure out what that was about for her. And that's totally true of me too, because when somebody comes at me and says, hey, I want to talk to you, or you hurt my feelings, in that moment, I'm going to be a little nervous, a little more scared, and I might not be able to be as present. And she actually did really well, but she needed that time to go back and think. And sometimes that means leaving the conversation and going back. Because in the moment, it's hard to think when you're on the spot like that. Now, the other thing is we both kept to I messages. We didn't get into accusing. We didn't get into judging. We just shared how we felt. And even if I didn't agree with her reason, that's what helped me understand her. Like, okay, that's where she was coming from. And it's wonderful when you can understand and empathize. But even if you can't, being able to explain where you're coming from, that's the solution. That's what can help you not hold the resentment. So I think it was really cool that we were able to do that. And I will say that it really helps not to respond in the moment. I would not have wanted to have that conversation right when she told me she couldn't come. I really needed to figure out why I was bothered or triggered before I talked to her. And I hope that really helps you because, conflict, there are lots of moving parts. And a lot of times it's that being caught off guard that can really do damage, because she could have very easily gotten defensive, because even though I asked permission first, which is definitely what I teach you guys to do, it's really important to allow the other person time to think. And you can even build that in and say, I know maybe we need to do this in two parts, because if their first response isn't the best, give them the benefit of the doubt. And just know that you can go back and you can even say, why don't you think on it? And then we can talk tomorrow, or we can talk in a few days. Because I can't tell you, that really helps people to just kind of have a break, think about what their part in it was, and then come back and talk again. So I just wanted to share that with you because, conflict doesn't have to be mean. It doesn't have to be scary. It can just be sharing your point of view and really trying to hear where the other person is. Because once we did that, we were totally good. So I hope that helps, and take care. Bye.